Things are closed. Oh, you need this.
Is anybody on this morning? Hello, Sunny.
Good morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing. How about you?
Fine, thank you.
Ooh, here comes somebody else, I think. Or
Maybe.
maybe
Hi,
what you holding?
Hello. Hello.
how you
Oh,
doing?
Shauna.
Hello.
I can't see you.
I can.
Okay, let me just try something here. There she is. I found her.
How's the
Is
weather?
everybody knitting?
It's Thomas my blanket. Get squeezed from a blanket.
Gotcha.
What's Sunny knitting today?
I just started a shawl because I finished a sweater this week and I got the front done of another sweater. So now I'm starting a shawl.
How many hours a day do you knit?
Maybe two.
Oh, you knit really fast then.
Yeah, probably. What are you working on? Did you get any ideas from the show?
Yes, I brought home a Fiber Story had a kind of a neat cowl. It had a
I saw
draw,
that.
yeah, drawstring on it. Yeah, I brought that home.
I got
But
two.
I'm working on this sock while we're talking.
Yeah, I got two skeins from Fiber Story. Her yarn is so sumptuous. I love it.
It is very nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I started this let me see where my pattern is. It's a little tank top called the Cora.
The Cora.
The Cora. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see. Q. Um, Here it is. Cora Top, it's called.
Okay. Okay. I can't hardly see that. I'll look it up on Ravelry. Let's see here. What are you working on?
So I got some Drops Bell. It's
Okay.
just barely started.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's this real kind of wheat color.
Yeah.
And it's got the way the pattern's written until I get under the arms, I have to think a lot. Because it's written, there's a lot of different things along a line.
Yeah.
Easy to get lost. And I just don't know how to deal with that. I don't know if I should rewrite it about 3 things at a time for each row so I can follow it down. Because going across, I'm having a hard time with that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier that way.
Yeah. So I'm working on my sock while we're talking.
Okay. And Shona, what are you working on?
Eh, I'm knitting cream and yellow blanket squares. I'm going to switch a blanket.
Oh, those look soft. Those look really soft.
Pretty color.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's rainy and drizzly here all day and cold. So
Is it going to be all day? Because it's like that here too.
maybe. Okay, see you later. Okay. My husband is leaving.
Yeah, it's a good day to wear a sweater, that's for sure. Chilly
Yes,
here.
yes, it is. Cold, cold, cold. I don't think winter's ever going to leave. I guess Monday, though, it's going to be 80. So we'll see.
Of course, that's when the kids have to march in a parade. Ah.
Has Charlene been on it all during her travels?
Not that I'm aware of. I wasn't on last week, so I don't know. Who was on last week?
I don't think there was anybody on. I went on to about 1:15 and nobody came, so I left.
Okay. What was I doing? Oh, wasn't that when we were in, was that?
Oh, yeah, that was Saturday at the thing.
Yeah, we were at a festival. Well, that's not the right word. Yeah, it was a makers fest, which had wool and fiber and project bags, and it was far enough away for me that it took out the whole day, basically. It
Was it good?
Yeah,
was fun. Yeah,
Thank you.
was there about 35 vendors, I would say, roughly.
yeah.
That's cool.
Sunny
got-
was there too.
Got lots of yarn that I did not need.
Right. I bought some self-striping from let me think. Julia Vespers, but what is her name? She
Don't know.
runs the Rosewood Yarn Shop, and I can't think what her name is now.
Oh, okay.
But I bought this one that's pink and brown stripes. It's really pretty.
Huh.
Good.
I bought 2 skeins from the fiber place that were super soft. They're alpaca, super expensive and super soft.
Is that one right at the front of right at the beginning? They
Right.
had the animals.
Uh, no, she had a box. The one right to the right when you first came in had a box of sail yarn, and I bought one sail yarn from her.
Okay.
And then the fiber story is the one with the really fabulous. I got two. I bought one, and then I said, "Oh, it's too beautiful. I got to get another one." So I got 2 of them.
I bought 2 there also. It is lovely, isn't it?
It
So
is.
soft.
So the reason I'm making a shawl is I was trying to kill time the other day and I went into a store, which I know I should not do because I always end up buying something. But I found this beautiful material dress. Now, I knew the dress would look horrible on me, but I love the material and the way it was styled. I knew I could cut the top off and just use the skirt part of it. And it was a gorgeous off white with pale green flower thing. It was just gorgeous. So I got that and I brought it home and I realized I had just purchased some like pale green and white yarn
Oh, that'll be
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
and it would go perfect with it. And I was going to make a top for the skirt. And then I said, no, it'll look better if I have a cream top and then use this and make a shawl to go with it. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm doing. And I cut off the top of that dress and I didn't even have to sew a stitch on the skirt. That's the way it was constructed. So it was just perfect, just cutting the top off.
Oh, that was
Oh,
nice.
wow.
I know. So I'm really happy because green is my favorite color anyway. So
Yeah. Well, we were in Traverse City for a couple days, and kind of before the big group of people went up for the weekend, we came home on Friday, and I went to two yarn shops up there. One was the Yarn and Wool and Honey.
uh-huh. I like Lost Art yarn up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the second one I went to was Lost Art. There, that was a beautiful store, but I didn't get to be there very long because I spent too long at Wool and Honey.
Well, they're having a fiber festival up there next weekend. In
Are you going to go?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking about it, although I shouldn't. So I probably won't, but I do love Lost Art. That's one they carry a lot of yarns that I work with all the time. So
They carry a lot.
yeah, they do.
I bought some Joel Jawol sock yarn up there, and it's the sock yarn that has the thread inside if you want to reinforce your heels or anything like that.
Okay.
And it's real thin, so I wanted to try it to see how I like that particular yarn. It's 25% nylon, so it's got a good amount of nylon in it.
Uh-huh.
So I bought black and white stripes, like a black and white yarn. It's twisted. And then I bought red for a stripe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. And then I bought some needles from them and um yeah. But I was only there about a half hour. And yeah, I didn't get a chance to go back, so maybe another time.
Yeah.
They did have a lot though, that's for sure.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we were thinking about walking around town on Friday before we came home, and there was so much traffic that we're like, yeah, that's all right. We think we'll just leave. The weather was nice though while we were up there.
that's good.
Yeah.
It was cold in Spain. And I've determined still, after going to Spain, couldn't stand it. After all my travels, that Scotland still has my heart. Of all the places I've traveled to, I love Scotland. I love Scotland. I love
What
it.
was it you liked about it?
About Scotland,
Yeah.
I love the landscape and the countryside and the people and just the history and the castles and everything about it. I love Scotland. I love going up north and I go in the mountains and I love the lochs and it's just amazing. You're very fortunate, Shona. That's a wonderful country.
Yes. Where did you go in Scotland?
I've been, let's see, just about all over it because I've been 3 times. So Edinburgh all the way, Glasgow all the way up to Isle of Skye and across the north and back down again and yeah, all over.
Probably seen more of it than I have.
And we took a train a lot of the way so we could, just look at the beauty, which was really cool. A lot of trains. And the people are so honest. This would never happen in the States. Okay, the very first day, this was our 3rd trip. We landed in Glasgow and we took a bus from the airport to our hotel. My husband left his phone. We were on the upper deck and there were tables up there and he left his phone up there. And we got to the hotel and the bus took off and he realized it. And we went to the bus station and everyone looked and looked and looked. And the bus driver, tried to help us. He went with everywhere he could, sent out a text message to every single bus driver. 5 hours later, he walks into our hotel with my husband's phone.
Wow.
That would have never happened in the States, ever.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the things you don't want to lose, your wallet and your phone.
And it was right when we first arrived. It was so.
Of course.
There's a beautiful castle up near Fort Williams that we stayed in for like 3 nights. That was just incredible.
That's been good.
Yeah, it was internal. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a very cool castle.
What did you call it, Shona?
I'm not sure what that one would be.
It's several of the queens of England have stayed there anyway. It was really cool. And then when we got to the Isle of Skye, we stayed in this. It was an old manor that belonged to the McDonald clan. And that was awesome. And then seeing Dunvegan Castle and stuff. And we went to this, we had a private tour guide who took us to this, like a deserted graveyard which was about probably 5 miles from Dunvegan Castle. And he says, the Scottish government quit taking care of the cemetery. So it was all overgrown and everything. So he says he goes there every once in a while and just pulls, weeds and grass off some of the tombstones so he can see them. So we started doing that.
Oh,
And
goodness.
we unearthed this tombstone that was a knight's and had his sword and everything on it. Looked just like the sword. It was so cool. And so I had to tell the Historical Society what we'd uncovered. That was amazing.
Did you see Edinburgh Castle?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I've been for the military tattoo.
Ah, goodness.
That's quite impressive. I had a kilt made in Edinburgh.
Ah,
How
goodness.
fun.
They shipped it to me.
How fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn it?
Oh, yeah, I wear it a lot.
Ah, goodness.
When I was growing up, I always thought it would be, Ireland. Ireland, I got to go to, and I went to Ireland and it was really cool. And we stayed in some amazing castles there. But the people are not like Scottish people. They're just not. So Scotland won me over.
Did you say, Sonny, that you've ridden Amtrak a lot around this country?
Yes.
Do you book right through them?
Well, when I was doing it, I was the spokesperson for America by Rail, which is a tour company.
Okay.
So I went through them and their arranged rail tours. So I've never booked directly through Amtrak.
Okay, so you did America by Rail.
Yeah, and they went under during COVID.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So I won't write that down then, because I won't be any. I was looking at starting to do a little bit of that, and you can do the pass for so many days, or a 30-day pass or something.
Yeah.
And I'm
That,
a little unsure about that.
yeah, that just gets you coached. If you're going to travel somewhere by rail, you want to get the rooms.
Yes.
That, that includes your meals and you know, the glass dome car and all that kind of stuff. You want to actually, you could probably talk to a travel agent. They
Well, so I went to AAA,
okay.
and we were looking at a couple trips. One was to Grand Canyon and back, and one was to Glacier National Park in Montana. And we were talking about everything and working it out, and I wasn't getting a price.
Huh.
So finally, at the end of all that, I got a price, and I can't afford it. It's $10,000. Well,
That's ridiculous.
I can't pay that.
No, that's ridiculous.
Well, it included the Glacier National one included a boat ride. So I can't remember what she said, and going to the Sun Road and stuff like that. But it's just more than I can
Yeah.
pay.
So,
Yeah, that's too much. That's really too much.
That was two of us in a room with a bathroom. I don't know what to call that. It's
Yeah.
more than a roomette, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And I wanted that because of his, he's got this surgery he's had that's affected all of his digestion, and sometimes the bathroom needs to be handy, right?
Yeah.
Just has some troubles at times, and we just thought that would be the best thing for him.
Yeah.
Or I did. So that's not going to happen. So I kind of gave up on it for the moment.
Well, talk with a travel agent because they
Okay.
have last minute deals and all kinds of stuff, and they don't charge anything. Travel agents don't charge anything, so
Where do they get paid from?
they get paid from the companies themselves when they book the tours.
Okay.
So, but you don't pay anything for a travel agent.
Okay. Well, I'll have to locate one here and see what we can come up with. Diane was talking something about belonging to a travel club
Huh.
that made things cheaper. But I don't even know of any travel clubs around here. Of course, I'm unfamiliar with those kinds of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
Oh, shoot, I went too far. So, are you going anywhere for the long weekend?
Nope.
We don't like to be out and about with all those people.
Yeah.
Too peoply. So we were coming south from Traverse City when everyone else was going north yesterday. That's my kind of travel. Let me see here.
It's going to be a rotten weekend except for Monday anyway.
Sounds like it, weather-wise.
Yeah.
We used to camp, but that's not in our cards anymore. It's just too much work, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought we might go to see The Sheep Detective at the movies.
You know, that sounds like fun.
Uh-huh. And it looks like a really funny movie. So,
I'd like to see that one too. That'd be a good thing to do on a rainy day.
yep.
The movie theater up here on Tuesdays, it's a $5 deal.
Oh,
And so you get $5 for the entry, and then you pay like, I think it's $1 for popcorn or something. And you can upsize it for not much. And so that's when we usually go. But the last two Tuesdays, he's not felt well. So we didn't go. But that's the day to go, right? That's a cheap date. Okay. Guess I have to count a minute here. There we go. Yeah, I got no plans except laundry, unpacking the rest of what we didn't unpack yesterday.
Mhm.
We were looking at some of the places in Traverse City to get like steak. Oh my gosh, it's expensive.
yeah.
Very expensive.
Uh-huh.
So I was looking at, I don't know what site it was, but it was rating the places. And I don't like food that I don't recognize. I'm more of a steak and potatoes type, you know.
Mhm.
This fancy stuff to me is not good.
Uh-huh.
I grew up on a farm, right? So I was looking at the ratings of different places to eat there, and Outback Steakhouse, was it Outback? I think it was Outback, was number 3. And I thought, well, I like Outback, so we went to Outback. So that was just fine, and we shared a meal. I'm trying to think what we spent. $40 maybe total.
Yeah, if you go to a steakhouse anymore, you're looking at 150, $200.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's an awful lot of money.
Yes, it is.
That's when I think I'll just bring the steak home and we'll cook it outside on the grill.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. No, there's one in Clio that we go to that's close here. It's Lucky's, and we share a meal and spend about $30 usually.
At
And
lunch.
it's good. But we
Mhm.
get like a 10-ounce prime rib, and half of that meat is plenty. We usually add one extra side. So we
Uh-huh.
get a huge baked potato, and we share that. And then I get a salad, and he gets a cup of soup, and it works out beautifully. So
That's
you're
good.
just getting basically one meal plus one extra side and your drinks.
Okay. So you split it.
Yeah. And then there's not a bunch left to bring home, which sometimes we don't eat.
We can't do that because I like steak like a steak should be, nice and pink and nice. And my husband likes leather. So
Oh yeah.
we can't split
He
it.
does like it a little more done than I do, but it's okay. I'll eat it that way.
Yeah, it's not even well done. It's
Yeah.
leather.
Ew. I can see why you wouldn't want to do that.
No taste left to it. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a good steak in a long time. Now you made me hungry for steak.
Sorry about that. Oh, what did I do here? There we go. My eye's been watering so much that I'm having a little trouble seeing.
Ah,
Probably the dumb allergies, I expect. So our kids bought us 2 nights in this hotel, and you could see the water across. It was across the street, but you could see it pretty well from the right from the room.
uh-huh.
And so we just watched the sunsets right from our room,
Cool.
That's
which
lovely.
was very nice because it was a little bit buggy out there.
Yeah.
Those little gnat things.
Oh, yeah. I hate those things.
Yeah, so we'd watch right from our room. It was quite lovely.
There weren't any
So
bugs in Spain.
no bugs.
No bugs.
Ugh.
It was very strange.
Did you go to Barcelona?
Yes.
Any good knitting shops?
Uh, I found, I guess Charlene has found a few. I didn't find any that I like. We didn't have a whole lot of free time in Barcelona for some reason.
Okay. A lot of walking.
Yeah, a lot of walking and tours and yeah. Evidently, I keep screwing up here. Oh well.
Let's see here.
Nobody's gonna know it but me.
That's right. Well, this might be the kind of a day that I take a nap.
Yeah,
It's kind of, it feels humid or something.
I've been working like Rob was on a Samaritan's Purse trip down in North Carolina to help tornado people, and so I had the week to myself. So
Oh
I
yeah.
like crazy because I could never do stuff when he's around all the time. So I got all kinds of work done. So now I'm relaxing.
Oh yeah. Did you do a bunch of cleaning?
Yeah, cleaned out his garage and the basement and all that kind of stuff that he
Oh
never.
my gosh. I wouldn't touch his garage. We got a crabapple tree, that one of those flowering crabapple trees.
Ooh, I bet it's pretty right now.
Well, it's brand new, so it's not really flowering right at the moment. It needs to be planted,
Ah,
and we've been talking about where's the best place to plant it because I want to see it lots, right?
right.
So either my knitting window, I want to be able to either see it from my knitting window or out the kitchen window when I'm doing dishes, or I think those are the two best places because it blooms earlier in the year when it's a little bit cold to sit outside and on the porch and knit. So yeah, there's two areas of the house that I'm thinking we should plan it out. So we're trying to figure out. We got to watch the septic, and there's different trees where we don't want it to interfere with the roots and things and all of that. So we've been debating, here or there. So it's sitting there until we figure out where we want to plant it. I also don't want it to block my view to the road.
Ah,
I like to be able to see if there's someone coming in the driveway or,
Yeah.
right.
and plus I can see deer across the road. There's a big field here and then woods behind that. And I can
Yeah.
see across there and see deer and different things. So, it's like, well, let's see. I think I'm going to have to, if we want it in this window, I'm going to have to sit in this window and have you move the tree around until I can figure out where's the best place. Have to put it in a wheelbarrow or something. I don't think it's real heavy. It's not a huge tree yet. But it's funny. We just been discussing where is the best place because it's a beautiful tree, but it flowers in the spring when it's cool out,
Yep.
Right? It
Yep.
doesn't, I don't think it flowers for a long
No,
duration.
about 3 weeks.
But 3 weeks?
Yep.
And that would mostly be in early May, I think. So I've just been thinking, we've been thinking about it a lot about where's the nicest place where I'll see it. Because I said, well, I don't think I want it in the backyard because I don't spend time in the backyard this time of year. Either when I drive in or when I'm in the kitchen or when I'm in the knitting window.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, there's a lot of trees out here. So we have to figure it out. We planted, when my parents died, I wanted a red maple because they had some red maples on their property and I always loved them. They're so pretty. And so we bought the tree and we planted it where I can see it from the bedroom.
Uh-huh.
When I wake up in the morning, I can see that red maple.
That's where my red maple is. I love
Yeah.
red maple.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And then I have a silver, I can't remember if it's called a silver maple or a silver line maple. Like the leaves are lined kind of with a lighter green.
Uh-huh.
They're lovely. And then this year we were planting a ton of zinnias. My mom used to grow zinnias and cut them, bring them in the house. And you can plant them throughout the summer every few weeks so you can have them, throughout the summer if you space them out like that. So that's what we're trying to do with that. Just been working to have more and more flowers. It's kind of a country thing. It's not a real manicured lawn.
Yeah.
More of a country lawn and
The deer came up the other night and ate all my blooms off my flowers that I had in front.
oh,
Mm.
there's some kind of spray you can use. Have you ever tried that?
No, I'm gonna have to get some because that really made me mad.
Yeah, and I think you'd have to spray it when it rained, after it rained.
Yeah.
You'd have to spray it again. So I was reading or hearing about that it really worked. So, and I think we got some from Megan, and I think she used it, which she shouldn't have too much trouble. She's in a suburb, but
Yeah.
this is a wild thing. One of her good friends is a former student of mine,
Ah,
and she works with her now, which is really wild because, I'm 90 miles from her.
uh,
And this girl went to the school. She's a little bit older than my daughter, but she's actually my daughter's her boss, kind of. Anyway, they're good friends, and um, Trisha was supposed to have a baby. Oh, probably, I think the baby came about 5 weeks early. So Trisha noticed the baby didn't seem to be moving. Usually, when she felt that way, and this is a baby they've been trying for, I think it's either 5 or 10 years they've been trying for this baby. And they ended up with I think an what do you call that? In vitro deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's been very in tune to this pregnancy and everything. And she usually, if she felt the baby was kind of still, she'd go for a drive, and that seemed to get the baby moving. So she went for a drive and she drove toward the hospital, and the baby didn't seem to be moving. So she went in, and the baby was, what did they say? There was stress on the heart or something. So they decided to do an emergency C-section. So the baby's like 5-6 weeks early. And when the baby was born, there wasn't much blood in the baby's body.
Uh-huh.
So I had never heard of that before. Anyway, the baby was critical, and they ended up transferring it to Mott's in Ann Arbor, and baby's doing well.
Good.
This was, what day is that baby born? 4 or 5 days ago.
Uh-huh.
And it was on a vent. They put it right on a vent, and all of the, didn't look real good. But it's off the vent, and trying to think what else they said. There was real good news this morning. They were worried about neurological damage.
Right.
They're not seeing that at this point. They did some testing, and I think they did an MRI. I don't know what all, a bunch of stuff. So far, everything looks really good. They are thinking that there might not be any lasting effects.
Would be great.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because I said to Megan, I said, is that baby going to die? She says, I don't know, Mom. And of course, Megan's trying too. And it's close to her heart because she's been trying for a while. And, another one of her friends had an IVF baby too. And it's just a real lot to go through.
Yeah.
And, so things look good for this other baby. I had made her a little hat, one of those little beloved bonnets.
Yeah.
And took it down, and Trisha happened to be working that day because I was dropping it off at Megan's work. And so she called her. She says, "Now it's no emergency. Just come on down for a minute," because she wasn't on the same floor. And so she came down. I gave her that hat. She's got a nice little smile on her face, kind of sweet. So.
Well, my nephew and his wife, tried for years and years and years, and she lost I don't know how many babies. And they're in the circle. She finally had a little guy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyhow, she got pregnant again, and she was having twins. And
oh my!
They called the other day, and she lost one, but the other's doing fine. I've never heard of that. How can you be pregnant with two and lose one, and the other be doing okay?
I have heard of that, but I don't know how it works.
They have to be, I guess, fraternal twins, because aren't they separate sacs? And maternal twins are in the same?
Maybe.
I don't know, but I never heard of anything like that. So it's going to be a girl if, she can continue to carry it the rest of the way. But
well, good news, bad news, that's better than nothing. But these people Megan's lost one too, and it's hard. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
My mom lost two about half term, what was happening is she had that weak cervix, and so the babies would just basically just fall out.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, so they would, she'd get about halfway. So they figured, this was in the 60s, right?
Mhm.
So they figured out what was happening, and so for me, they stitched her.
Oh,
They stitched her cervix to
wow.
keep me in, and it worked. So they did the same for my sister.
Huh.
And then that was about all that they thought my mom could deal with. My mom and dad wanted 12 kids.
Huh?
So they got 2, but then they got 6 grandchildren. So they were thrilled with that, you know. So, and they lived long enough to see all of them graduate from high school and part of them graduate from college. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then they left too quick. Both of them left in about 7 months apart
Wow.
with different cancers. Wild. It was a wild ride, let me tell you.
Bet. Well, ladies, I gotta go. I'm sorry, but my thing is dying. My iPad, and I got stuff to do. So have a great Saturday.
Hey, you too.
Bye.
I
I just plan on hanging out. I don't plan on doing too much today. Oop.
Enjoy your couple of days away.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Good.
Just kind of looking around a little bit, where we were, and part of the time we just kind of enjoyed the sunsets, and we
Just relax.
found a couple of knitting shops and made our way there, and yeah, it was kind of fun. And we went to one big pet shop up there. So just kind of drove around a little bit, and yeah,
Good.
it's kind of nice to have basically no schedule,
Yeah.
Like I said, we were going to go to thought maybe we'd go to a nice steak place, but I just can't pay $100 and some odd for 2 dinners. And that's just too much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We did find a really nice place for breakfast. We ate there twice, actually.
That was good.
We like to have kind of a late breakfast, and a lot of places don't serve breakfast real late,
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know. I'm just not really hungry when I get up in the morning. And the first night where we were, I don't know how many rooms were in that hotel. It wasn't super big, but it didn't have a desk like a front desk. It just had self check-in where they tell you what number codes for each door, and they tell you what's available, and you just check yourself in, and
Goodness.
there's a number to call if you should have any problems. So it was different. So the first night, I think we were there by ourselves, The second night there was more people, and when we left there was a lot more people who were probably coming for the long weekend, right? Because this is a long weekend here.
Same.
Memorial Day for veterans.
I think it's a bank
So,
holiday.
what's that?
This is a long weekend. I think it's a bank holiday.
There, it's a long weekend there too.
Uh huh.
Say what you think it is for.
Bank holiday.
Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're saying.
In Scotland, they have several. They call them bank holidays. But the shops and the banks are closed.
Bank holiday. It's a
Yeah.
bank holiday.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yep. Yep, it is here too. Banks are closed, schools are closed on Monday. But the Monday they'll have a lot of parades, and there'll be special ceremonies at the cemeteries for veterans that have passed. So this holiday is all based around thanking our servicemen and women.
That's good.
So thanking them for their service. So yeah, it's kind of a nice thing, but what it means, since I was a band director, what it means is we don't have the Monday off because we have to do parades and all those kinds of things with the kids.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the school kids will be involved in parades on Monday. So, but that's okay, you know. Oh my, what happened here? Oh, I see. Okay. It's a little funny. Hmm. That's right. Did you say you worked in a bank before?
No, no, I was a chemistry technician.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sciencey. So did you study did you make medications, or
The company did, and I weighed them out.
the company did what?
They made medications.
They
And
did?
mm,
Oh, I'm achy from riding in the car.
How long was the journey?
It's if I drove straight there without any stops, I think it would be about 3 hours. But between us and our puppy, we are stopping a lot. So it turns into about 5 hours. I usually stop long enough to eat something in the
Uh-huh.
middle or something.
So did you take the dog as well?
Yeah, we took the dog.
What, what,
Yep.
what kind of
We're
dog is
working we're working to train her to be a medical assistant dog for my husband for diabetes.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So while we were gone, we did her first visit in a restaurant, and she did very well.
Ah, good.
So
What kind of dog is she?
yeah, we took her in.
Oh, what kind of breed is it? What kind of dog? Is it a
Oh,
spaniel?
she's a Yorkshire Terrier. She's real little, about 9 pounds.
Ah,
Yeah, I think I got a cute picture of her face here if I look for a minute. Let's see. Well, here is a picture of her riding on my husband's shoulder in a knitting shop.
it's cute.
Yeah. So, let me see if I can find just a picture of her. I should have one. Yeah, she rides. Okay, this is a pretty nice picture.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Let me see. Somewhere I took a really cute one of just her face. Here's her face.
Ah, that's cute. That's
She's
cute.
a real lovey dog, and she picked my husband out,
Ah,
which is kind of cool. So yeah, she's back there with him right now, laying beside him.
do you just train her or does she go somewhere?
Well, we're gonna try to train her. The first training you do is to be good tempered with people, to be out and to be able to be in a store and wherever, to be able to be around people and not bark and carry on. She
Uh-huh.
sat in that restaurant on the floor by our feet. He had a leash on her, of course, the whole time and never made a noise.
That was good, wasn't
Yes. So that's what you want. You don't want him making noises.
it?
Um, and we're working on the what do you call it? The manners, all the manners. Then after we get all of that in line, then we work with what we call a scent training. And the scent training, when he's got a low blood sugar, he'll like spit into some gauze and then we'll freeze that. And then we'll place those gauzes around the house at some point, and she has to go find them and let him know,
That's amazing.
basically. Yeah, so we're not to that point yet. Our daughter knows how to do all of that because she had two service dogs. And I think she's trying to train. She has a new dog right now, too. I think she's going to try to train it. So we'll see how this all goes. You know, it takes about 2 years to get a service dog trained.
Uh-huh.
Um, so, we're along the journey. I don't know how far we are into it. We really haven't started the scent. A couple times we thought she may have alerted to him when his sugar was way off, but not consistently. Because some dogs are just kind of natural. They smell it. They can smell the difference in your body chemistry when your blood sugar is off.
It's
So
amazing.
yeah, it's amazing. So you train them to smell, what numbers you want. Like For him, it'll probably be under about 80. I don't know if you probably don't do blood sugar there the same we do here. I think you have a different number system. But for certain lows and certain highs and above, then we'll train her to smell that and let him know to make sure he knows about it. And if he doesn't pay attention, then the dog should come to me and like nudge me or, let me know that dad's in trouble kind of thing.
It's amazing.
It's very amazing. So yeah, Megan's had 2 of them. The last one she lost to cancer, and it was 11 days from when they knew the dog had cancer to when the dog passed. And it was really hard for them.
Yes.
It was like losing their kid, So anyway, we'll see how it goes. They got a German Shepherd, and it's a girl. She's not a year old yet. They're just in the very beginning of potty training and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, that takes a lot of time. And like every day he'll go out and work with her on the leash to try to make sure she's walking right with him, and the dog sits and stays when he tells her, that kind of stuff. Real good training.
Mm-hmm.
Manners, and
Oh, that's brilliant.
it's a lot of work, but we'll see how it goes. Now, what did I do? I dropped a stitch.
Oh.
And I just found it, and I got to get something to grab it before it's totally dropped. I thought that stitch looked funny, and that's why. Right there it is. Don't you disappear down there too far. Oh, man. So how do I grab that? Needs to go through there, through here, and then I thought something looked funny about that stitch. That looks a little bit better. Okay, maybe I got it. Okay, knit. Knit. Let me see here. I think I got her fixed.
No, good.
Good. My pattern here for my socks, I use part of this pattern and part of a different pattern, and it's getting worn. This is the part I use for the heel flap and gusset, and then for the toe I use a different pattern because I want a different kind of toe than what's on that pattern. Yeah, Daisy's been in Charlene's store lots of times, but she doesn't have her store anymore. The space is rented out to a different business.
She retired now?
What's that?
Is she retired from the shop now?
Yes. She retired. Yep. And right now, her and her husband are in Spain. Sonny went on the tour, and then Sonny came home, and Charlene and Randy stayed. They will stay longer.
Oh, that's good.
Last I knew, they were right in Barcelona. So I don't know if they're still in Barcelona, if they're somewhere else. They like to they'll rent an apartment or something for a short term. And they just like to look on their phone and find a place to eat. And then they'll walk around town and look at different things. And I think they paid for a bus pass for a month or something like that for Barcelona. So they can hop off and on the bus service.
Good idea.
Yeah. Got birds at my feeder again.
Kind does it today?
I didn't see it quick enough. I think it might have been a woodpecker. They don't seem to come out as much when it's raining.
They're not daft.
Do you ever sit in your yard and knit?
Yeah, not very often. I don't know why. I should.
Do you have a porch or anything you could sit on?
A couple of benches.
Outdoor. What's that?
I haven't got a porch, but there's a couple of benches out the back.
Oh yeah. When it warms up, I'll be out there a lot.
Good
It's just
idea.
too cold. We have a porch on two sides of the house. One side is covered with a roof, and the other side is just no roof. And we can see woods, and when my flowers blossom, there'll be flowers and stuff there.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, it's quite nice. Well, we really worked on it when COVID was here and we couldn't go anywhere. Really worked on having a nice yard that year because we couldn't do things,
Hmm.
couldn't see people, and of course we never got COVID until just recently. We didn't have it the whole time everybody else was sick. We never
Oh, that
got
was
sick.
that was good. I don't think
Yeah,
I've.
well, when it first was around, our doctors told them that if my husband got it, he would probably die. So we were extra careful, and we
Uh-huh.
never got it until this spring. And now the virus has changed enough that he really wasn't even that sick.
Oh, that was
So,
lucky.
yeah, I was lucky. I think I was sicker than he was. So, and I wasn't horrible. But my
Did,
hair's been falling out
oh,
since then.
just since then. Oh, goodness.
Well, I've been having trouble with it a little bit, but it's really been falling out the last couple of weeks, like bad. So I went and got some special shampoo and some stuff to help it.
Goodness.
So already I thought it was helping. Crazy what these things can do to you.
Yeah. Do you get injections, vaccinations?
We did. We've had all of them. Yep. Um, a lot of people did at the beginning because the government was kind of pushing it. But people are kind of backing off now. They're not sure they want to take them, but we're still taking them. So the thing is that we didn't do, we probably should have had two in a year because we had one in the fall. Probably should have had another one this spring. And because I think because I have diabetes and I got asthma and stuff, and he's got cancer, and I think both of us would qualify to have it twice a year.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't do that. So, oh well. Now, since we've had it, I think we have to wait a certain number of days before we could get another vaccination.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting now we'll wait until the fall again when they update it to the newest information that they have, with the type of virus that it is at this point.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, most people that we know have had it more than once. I don't know. It just we wore for masks when we went out because we did have to go to doctor appointments and things still. We wore masks for I think over a year. And some of the doctors, depending on what it was for, you could do online
Mhm.
visits. We still do some online visits, but some things, like testing and things, you have to go in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wore masks all of that time, and now we're not wearing masks. There just comes a point when it's like, oh my gosh, you don't want to wear a mask anymore.
Uh,
It's tiring. So we did wear them when we were sick and a little longer than the required by the CDC. But I have them in the car if we need them. But we like to go out to eat and things like that. And, that's one of the more dangerous places, when you go out to eat with other people. And then I also play in a band. So that's another place that's kind of dangerous. I don't play in the summer usually. So I won't go back until the fall. But yeah, that's another kind of a dangerous place. I didn't play in the band for probably 4 years
oh,
during
goodness.
COVID. Yeah. And I miss it. I miss the people and I miss the music. And
What did you play?
I play saxophone.
Oh, very good.
Yep. I know how to play all of the instruments because I was a band teacher.
Oh, goodness.
So, but my main instrument is saxophone.
Oh,
That's the
sexy.
one I play well. Almost our entire family plays instruments.
Oh, imagine
My
that.
my sister does. Her husband does not, but all four of her kids play, and my all of our kids play. My husband plays, um, and a lot of the spouses of the grandkids play too. In fact, one of my sister's kids just married a band director. She's teaching right here close to us.
Oh, goodness.
The local school right here hired her. And our son teaches choir. He has taught band, but right now he's teaching choir and guitar and drums and piano.
Oh, goodness. Oh, definitely in the family.
Yep, it sure is. Funny thing, my parents, my mother's mother went to my dad's mother's house because my dad's mother was selling these paints called Artex, but it was a tube of paint that you painted on fabrics with. And my mom used to sing just all the time. She would just sing wherever she was. And so she was singing in their house, and my dad was sleeping, and he heard her, and he says he thought it was an angel, and he wanted to marry her. They were
Oh,
57 years.
I imagine that.
Yeah, and he played in the family band. And his sister taught music her entire life, also. And my mom learned to play by ear. She never had lessons, but she had a great ear, and she could sing and harmonize. And she did a little bit of dancing when she was younger. So yeah, it very artsy family.
That's great.
Yeah. And we've always, like, both of our mothers would sew and can and just really do a lot of home kinds of things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My mom crocheted, not a ton. She was more of a sewer. She also loved to do hand embroidery. She really got into quilts when she was older. In fact, my sister is trying to finish all the quilts that my mom started.
Oh, goodness.
She had a lot of notes in with her quilts, like who was meant for and what the pattern was, and so she started a lot of different quilts for different people. And my sister's been trying, as they get married and different things, to get those finished and give them as the gift from
Oh,
her.
that's really nice.
It's very nice. My sister and her would sew together a lot and take classes, so it's it's probably, I don't know how hard it is for my sister to do that, but it means something to her, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to finish my mom's quilts. So I
That's
don't think
really
I could sit at a sewing machine like that anymore. My back hurts too much. Yep. So we have music all around.
Mhm. That's great.
It is neat. My kids, we have two children, and they were in my band at school.
Uh-huh.
And of course, you know, I stayed after school a lot to help other students with their music, and so my kids were stuck there after school with me. So they would get bored and they'd say, "Well, can I learn another instrument?" And I'd say, "Well, go over there on the wall and see there's three, you know, whatever it was they were asking for." And I said, "Just get one down and see which ones seem to work all right," because I knew some of the school instruments didn't work very well. And so they'd use a school instrument and they'd find a fingering chart and they'd start learning how to play it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, especially the boy, he would really just try to find something different. He found a bassoon and he found an oboe and he found a French horn and he found a baritone, and
Okay. Well,
he
it's
learned all of that stuff when he was in school with me. And then when he went to college to become a band director, he had a good basis already for
mhm.
learning all those instruments because he had a pretty good idea how to play, you know, how to play them already.
That was
So
great.
that was easy for him. You know, all the other kids are struggling, and I'd given him piano lessons, so he already knew how to play the piano.
Goodness.
Um, Now he plays the piano for a lot of people. He accompanies a lot of band and choir students for their solos, and he accompanies his choir sometimes. Then he was asked to play at some house tours this year. And sometimes other schools will call him because choral, whoever's playing the piano for them is sick or something, and they need somebody to come in and play for them. And so he's so busy.
That's really good.
Yeah, those piano skills are really paying off for him now. Yeah, both the kids are doing well. My son spoke at a music conference about a year and a half ago. He was invited to speak at a music conference, and our daughter just told me just a few days ago, "Mom, they've asked me to speak at a conference for respiratory therapy. That's her field." And I said, "Well, how wonderful. When are you doing it?" "In June." I'm like, "Wow, coming right up."
Oh, goodness.
I don't know where. I asked her where she had to go and I didn't see an answer. I think she was busy. She works on the critical care floor. And so we stopped to see her the other day and dropped some stuff off for her. And she was handling, I think she said 17 patients that were on ventilators.
Oh, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
Really?
She had respiratory therapists under her helping her, but she will handle, like she said, I heard her say, I want all the patients to have this particular test. So she had 2 or 3 respiratory therapists going around and administering this test. And then they brought back the results to her. And she looked at one, she's like, yuck. I said, you got to go, don't you? Yup. And she left, and we left too, because she needed to do her job. But, somebody was having trouble not breathing like they should. And she's the specialist on the floor. So she had to go take care of it right now. So there's such minute adjustments on those machines to help them breathe better. And she's very familiar with that and is very good with it. We've been in that hospital. My husband was in that hospital for many, many days, like 3 months. And every floor we ended up on would tell us that, if Megan was working, they felt more comfortable because she's so good at the vent. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it's nice to hear that your kids know what they're doing and are helping people, and
Mm-hmm.
nice thing to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, she knows what she's doing. Keeps people breathing.
That's excellent.
Yeah, sometimes saves their life. Yep. Sometimes you can't save their life. Everything you do, you can't save their life. But you do everything that you can, and she's good at it. So
That's it.
it's funny because the floor that she works on now, my husband was on for a few days because he was that sick, very sick. But she wasn't on that floor at that time.
Don't you think she'd be allowed to look after your dad, would you?
What was that?
I don't think she'd be able to look after your husband because she's related to
I
him.
don't know. I don't know if she would or not. She was she's been promoted since that time. That was 8 years ago.
Mhm.
So she's been promoted to that. She's does that floor only. And it's some of the sickest patients they have. And yeah, he was on that floor. She worked on that floor occasionally because the regular respiratory therapists, they are assigned a floor, and you might get this floor this night and a different floor another night. And so you have a cart and you go where they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like she had the day we visited her last week, she had several other respiratory therapists under her helping her. So she could tell them to do certain things that are more generic, should I say, and then she would do the really harder specialty things because she's had more experience. But she wasn't on that floor all the time when he was there, and she did not ever take care of him. I think when he was on that floor, they assigned her to different floors.
Yeah.
But now, if he were to be on that floor now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the legality would be, but I'm sure she would go by whatever the book said, however they handle it there.
Yeah.
She also does things like when um the surgeons and residents come in, they're in their training and they come in on that floor for a certain amount of time as an intern. she does training with them in the classroom.
That's good, isn't it?
So yeah, she does like lectures and stuff. Um, so yeah, she's not just on the floor. She's also certain times she has classes that she teaches there. So
That's
it's
good.
kind of a neat job. She really likes it. Really,
Ah,
really likes it.
that's good.
Yeah. I'm happy for her. She did want to be a teacher actually at one time. And this is the best of both worlds because she said she didn't want to be in a public school because she just felt like the behavior was just out of control. She said, I don't want to deal with that. So now where she is, she doesn't have to put up with anybody misbehaving. They're doctors, you know.
Yeah, they're wanting to learn.
Yeah, they want to be there, and they don't. If she says something to them, that's all it's going to take, you know, because they need to learn whatever it is she's helping them with, and you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, she really likes it.
good.
Well, it's good to have people that are passionate about whatever it is they're teaching, you know.
Yeah,
I know she spends a lot of time. She's done a lot of study and she's gotten one more degree since she has worked in this hospital, and she's in the process of getting. I think she got a bachelor's degree. Now she's getting a master's degree.
oh goodness,
So she's getting more training and yeah,
that's great.
yeah. I don't know how she does it all. Sometimes it's a lot.
Hmm.
Is they work 12-hour shifts, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why why they work as much as that.
I'm not really sure why they do 12s. And I know some people in that hospital do 8-hour shifts and other people do 12-hour shifts. And I'm really not sure why they do it that way, but I know she works 12s and she'll work 3 or 4 12s a week. Well, I'm glad I'm not camping. It's just wet, damp, and it's not
No,
pouring rain. It's just damp out there,
yeah,
drizzly.
no, not good for camping.
No, chilly. Lots of people will camp this weekend here in Michigan. My husband was so cold this morning. I took him his medicine. He says, "Turn on my electric blanket. I'm freezing."
Shame.
Oh, goodness. He's lost body fat, so he gets cold easily.
Feels cold.
Yeah. Plus, he's low on iron right now, so that makes you cold too.
Yeah.
He's trying to increase his iron. If he doesn't get it up, he's going to have an infusion. So I don't think he wants to do that particularly. This is my coffee.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I don't drink coffee. I do drink tea, but I drink a Coke once a day. That's my caffeine for the day. And I try not to drink too much more because that's enough. Let's see. So I decided I had a dozen pairs of socks to make if I can get them all done this year. It might be, I might spread them over 2 Christmases. I'm on my fourth pair, I think, and this is the second sock. Yeah, I think I'm on my fourth pair.
That's
I've been
good.
trying to do the guy socks first because they're bigger.
Uh-huh.
I think the next one I'm going to do is one of the girls that's got pretty good size feet. Trying to remember what size her feet were. 10 and a half or something. Big. They're big. They're narrow, but they're big, long. Her dad has big feet, so. That girl that I'll do her socks next. She is been studying to be an optometrist, an eye doctor.
Mhm.
And she's got all the studying done. She's graduated from college with the degree, and now she's working at an optometrist office as like a tech person. And she just has to pass all the tests, and there's 3 tests. I think she's passed 2 of the 3.
Very good.
So she's got to pass that last test. She's having trouble with that last test. And so she'll be, as soon as she passes that last test, I think the office where she works will hire her as an optometrist then.
Oh, good then.
So she's all set as soon as she passes that test. It's a hard test. So
That's
she's a good student, but she has trouble with tests. So I keep hoping she'll get that test passed.
Yeah.
Because she'll make a lot more money, and she needs that money to pay back her loans from school. She owes a lot of money.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. And then my one of my other nieces, she is a college instructor of physics.
Oh, goodness.
I think it's physics she teaches. She graduated from Pennsylvania State, and she got a 3-year job at not a huge university, but a fairly well-known university here in Michigan. So she's still looking around for a more permanent position, but she's already taught 1 year there. She's just starting her 2nd year, I think, teaching there. So she's doing well.
Oh, that's good.
Unfortunately, college professors don't really make tons of money, which is interesting. It seems like they should.
Mm-hmm.
But she was able to pay for part of her schooling as she went. For her undergrad schooling, she worked every summer as in a restaurant. And then and she got scholarships. And then for her graduate work, she was a graduate assistant. So she didn't have to pay for her studies, but she had to teach classes there while she was taking her graduate studies. So she's a really brilliant young lady. Holy cow. So kind of cool.
Hmm.
We got all different types of work in our family.
Yeah, all very clever.
Yeah.
We're very lucky in Scotland. We don't need to pay for our going to university. England does, but Scotland doesn't.
Wow. Yeah, that's huge because it's very expensive here in the States. The state of Michigan actually just recently has worked on a 2-year degree, like an associate's degree, where kids can get that coming out of high school for free. I don't know if they have to have certain grades or anything. I really don't know a lot about it because my kids were already through when that came about. In fact, I think that just came about maybe a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. My
Mhm.
kid's been out of college for 10 years. So,
That's a good thing.
yeah, it is. It's good. That way you can get the start of it at least. If you want a 4-year degree, you can get the start of it. But
Hmm.
some kids can get whatever they need for their job within that amount of time.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to be organized and you have to fill out the paperwork and stuff to be able to do these things. And
Uh-huh.
some people just aren't that organized to be able to do that. And then I don't know if they've made it so that you can use that money toward like a tech school because there's some careers that really don't need a college degree. They need more of a tech, like for example, cutting hair,
Uh-huh.
or they just need like a certificate. They need a certain amount of tech.
Yeah.
Um, People that the nurses assistants. I think that's I don't know, couple 3 months maybe to learn that uh job. I'm not sure. They call it a certified nursing assistant, a CNA. And that's not an associate's degree. So I don't know like if you can use your Michigan college credit or whatever for that. I hope so.
Yeah.
Because especially in the medical field, we need people. We're kind of short. If you have a nursing degree or something along those lines, you can get a job just about anywhere.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My niece is on my husband's side. She's a nurse, and she's been in Saginaw, and then she got a job in Munising, and then she's just moved around and got jobs in different places. And her and her husband just split up, and she was able to transfer almost immediately into a different hospital actually, I think it was an affiliated hospital, but it worked out really well for her and her couple of kids that, she's got a job. She didn't go without a job at all.
That's good.
Well, yeah, I always think every young lady should be able to support themselves. I just think that's important. I don't ever think a young lady should depend on having to be married or someone else to support them,
Yeah,
right?
you don't need it nowadays.
What's that?
You don't need to be dependent nowadays. Maybe a few generations ago you did.
Right, right. Generations ago, you did have to. And I really like the fact that women can be in a workforce and be able to earn enough to support a family should they need to. And I raised my kids that way. Everybody works, everybody is self-sufficient. You need to know how to do laundry, whether you're a guy or a girl, you need to know, um, that's the way we raised our kids.
That's a good way.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody should have to depend on someone else for their main support. That doesn't mean at some time in your life you might not need a little help, but
Yeah.
we all need a little help here and there. You have a lot of sisters and brothers?
Two brothers and a sister.
Just one sister?
Yeah.
You have
And,
brothers?
one sister and two brothers.
Oh, okay. So a pretty good sized family.
Yeah.
And they're all not too far away?
My brother's about 12, 14 miles away, but my sister's Newcastle, my brother's in way down the bottom of England.
So you got one close and two that are a little further away?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite nice to go visiting.
Yes. And you can take the train, right?
Yeah.
I think that's nice because here, if you live in the country, you have to have a car, pretty much. Because, like where I live, you can't, there's no way to get anywhere without a car.
You know, not got so many train stations.
Not here. No, I would have to drive to a train station, and I would say the closest one is probably 20 miles away.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, where my daughter lives, I'm trying to think if buses go out that far. You can get Ubers and stuff where she lives, like Uber drivers and things.
Uh-huh.
Um, but still, to get back and forth to work, it's much easier for where she is to be able to have a car.
Yeah.
Now, you could probably have an apartment close enough to where she works to be able to catch a bus because that's a college town, and I think there's quite a bit of busing down there, but not exactly where she lives. So if you live like in a bigger city, you could get away without a car.
Uh,
But
it's like a village, but quite close to the city. Well, a town. And I've got a train station just about 10 minutes up the road.
so do you have a doctor right in your town, like if you need to go to the doctor?
About 5 miles away.
So you'd have to catch the train.
Yes.
Okay. There's no way you're walking 5 miles if you're sick.
No, it's about 10 minutes in the train.
If you were too sick to walk to the train station, what would you do?
They'd come out.
Someone would come out and get you?
The doctor would come to your house.
Oh, he would.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. I don't think we have anybody that does that here.
Did your nephew like the house that's just down the road from you?
What's that?
Did your nephew like the house he was going to look at down the road from you?
Oh, you know what? I have not heard. Let me see if I can. I have not heard if they for sure are getting that house or not. They do like the house. They like it a lot.
Oh, that's good.
I have not heard from them that his wife is the band director, and so they're very busy right now. But let me see if I can find out if that. I noticed that the house had an offer on it. Oop, husband's got low blood sugar. Let me see here. I thought that I had a tab up on my phone that talked about that house. I'm looking. What is that? Not made that. Here it is. Maybe. No. I think it was on this page. Let me see if I can find it. When I looked again, it just said there was an offer pending, and so I assumed it was their offer, probably. I'm trying to see if I still see the house on the market. I'll have to ask my sister if they ended up getting the house or not. Oh, it still shows that house as a pending sale. I don't know if you can see a picture.
Oh, that's lovely.
And
That's a
what's
lot.
really neat is it's on a hill. It's on a bit of a hill. And then behind it, there's a little pond and there's some barns, like a tool barn and a garage. There's 2 or 3 buildings. And then right next to it, not super close, but like a big yard away, is the walking trail that goes into the town.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So,
lovely.
yeah, it's a 9 acres,
Oh,
3
goodness.
bedroom house, 6-car garage, it says here.
Oh, goodness.
The house was built in 1885, but it's been updated, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely.
Yep, it's still showing pending. So I don't know why it's not done anything, what's going on, if maybe they're waiting. I know the other family had the family that was living there had another place they were going to go. It was a bigger farm, and they had to sell their house in order to buy the house they want. So I don't know quite what's going on with it. It'd sure be handy for his wife because she works right in town and it's like 5 minutes to town from there. It's really close.
Yeah, that was good.
He works probably about 30 minutes away, which isn't bad either.
No.
Because when they got married, he transferred from the west side of Michigan to this side of Michigan, but he didn't care for the new crew. He's a engineer, and he works on different engineering types of projects. Now, he didn't care for the crew on this side of the state, so he got another job in Saginaw, which is just a little bit north of us, but not horribly far, not for that type of a job. So he was just kind of getting into that job the last time I talked to him, the new job. So there's training and stuff at the beginning. It's hard to know if you're going to like it or not, or
Yeah.
so. I know the other job they were sending him out of state and stuff, and I don't, in a new marriage, that's not ideal.
No.
I don't know that he loved that. I don't think he minded it too bad when he wasn't married, but you know, in a new
Yeah.
marriage, that's not great. And she just graduated from college and got this new job. She's only had it this year. And they got married in May, and she got this job in June or July last year. So they were both doing new jobs and a new marriage in a new place. They had an apartment. And so yeah, they've had a lot. I haven't really talked to them too much because I know how busy they are.
Yeah.
Busy.
Goodness.
I'm gonna see them for sure in July because I've got a family gathering scheduled for July, and she said they could come. So
Oh, that's nice.
yep, I usually try to do one in the summer and one in the winter. That includes all the it's about 20 people usually. And the one in the summer we will probably have mostly outside. We'll have the food inside. We got a really large kitchen, and then we'll probably have seating on the deck. 'Cause I'm trying to think if we have enough tables. Pretty darn close. I think we have enough tables to seat everybody outside. Yeah, I think so. And if we don't, we may have a few people that are in chairs with TV trays, but we can all sit on that covered deck. It's a pretty good sized covered deck. It's nice out there. There was only one family that wasn't sure they could come. And she says, I'm not going to know for sure. We might be in Japan. I'm like, oh, okay. She says, but we are so busy this summer that don't schedule anything around us. And she says, I won't know if we're going to be in Japan till a week or two before. So I don't know what they got going on in Japan, but her husband's doing graduate work through Penn State, and maybe they're sending him to Japan for something.
Mhm.
And she would maybe go along. I don't know.
Yeah. Nice, well.
Last year they were in Switzerland and Italy. In another year, she didn't get to go, but he went to Iceland, I think.
Is that to do with his work?
Yes, his studies.
Yes.
He's getting a graduate degree, and I'm not really sure what his degree is in. It's a little bit different than hers, um, but I'm not sure exactly.
Mhm.
Uh, let's see. I was looking to see how low this blood sugar is. It's not bad. Okay. If he's sleeping and he's too low, sometimes he doesn't hear the alarms. So, but he's okay.
Oh, good.
Sometimes I have to give him a shot because he gets too low and he can't get the blood sugar up.
Did you like doing the umbrella toe for the socks? You were doing the
Was that?
umbrella. You were doing a different thing for the socks. Was it like an umbrella at the toes?
Oh, are you talking about the one I ran out of yarn for?
Oh, I didn't know you'd run it.
Oh, yes. This sock. I ran out of yarn for the toe. So I
Oh,
went last week when I was at that show. I found this green. It's great. It's a great match. It's not exact, but it looks good.
yeah. Yep,
I was
that's good.
having quite a time finding something that would match. I did have cream, the cream color right there,
Uh-huh.
but I really didn't want to put cream on the toe, but I would have if I had to. But so what was your
Oh,
question?
oh, I thought that you were doing one and you gathered all the stitches like a hat at the toe.
Yes. This is a toe like that, like a
Uh-huh.
hat, just like a hat. So you just keep reducing, you reduce equally around the circle until you get up to about, I think it's about 8 stitches, and then you just sew through those 8 stitches and gather it up like you would a hat.
Yeah, that's good.
And I like it. We'll see how it wears. You
Mhm.
know, we'll see. If people have trouble, I can probably rip the toe off and put another one on, and then I could do a different style. But you don't know until you try it, right?
That's it. That's lovely.
In the pattern that I found that in, it was called the umbrella toe. I had not heard of that before, but it's basically what it is. It's like the spokes of an umbrella, coming to the center.
Uh-huh.
If you think about it, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, look what time it is.
Oh,
The only thing I don't know next weekend if next weekend, this Saturday is my daughter's birthday, but I don't know if I'll be able to see her that day or not. So I really don't know if I will be on or not, but I might not be.
right.
But if I'm home, I always get on. And a lot of the times I'm home. I will be gone a couple times in June, I think, because we're doing some yarn crawls. I don't know if we're always doing them on Saturday, though. I'd have to look. My girlfriend works, but she has Mondays off. So sometimes we do it on Monday. Sometimes we do it on Sunday. It depends on her schedule.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Well,
good.
both of our schedules, but yeah. So I may be on next week, but I may not be if I'm at her house celebrating her birthday. So sometimes they go away for her birthday. So last year she went to New York City.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pop on.
Well,
Yeah. Well, they're all over the place. Her and her husband, they love to travel, and they flew out to Seattle here in February. Um, there's a relative out there, and then I know in September next year or this year they're going to fly to Vancouver because his folks are coming from India, and there's a relative in Vancouver. So
Very-
we're going to Megan's house to watch the dog for that trip. Oh goodness. So, well, hopefully I will see you next week if I'm not at my daughter's, and if not, I should see you the week after, I think.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Right.
All right. Take care. Happy
You too.
knitting.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.